Hello, I know yesterday we didn't get to example 5, so I'm going to go through it with you by video. So we're going to calculate the average rate of change of this function over these three intervals, okay, one at a time. So remember, these intervals represent the x values. Right? We're finding the average rate of change from -2 to 0, and from 0 to 3, and then from -2 to 3. So let's get started. We're going to use our formula, f of a minus f of b over a minus b. And I didn't really need that extra parenthesis there on the end. I can take that out. So f of a, what that means is plug the a value into the function. So initially a is -2. So I'm calculating, let's do that work over here, f of -2, which when I plug -2 into the absolute value function, it becomes positive and I get 4. Okay, next is f of 0. It's an easy value to plug in. This becomes 0 and I just get 2. So for my formula, when a is -2, I get 4, and when b is 0, I get 2. And then I'm subtracting these values, -2 minus 0. So I end up with 2 over -2, which is -1. For the next interval, I have f of 0. This time we'll call this a, b, and c. So for b, I'm using the interval from 0 to 3. I've already calculated f of 0. That's not going to change. I do need to calculate f of 3, and that becomes, absolute value of 3 is 3, plus 2 gives me 5. So in the formula, I'm calculating f of, I'll put the numbers in this time, 0 minus f of 3 over 0 minus 3. So f of 0 we said is 2, minus f of 3 is 5, and then 0 minus 3 is -3. So I end up with -3 over -3, which is 1. And then finally, for the third one, which we'll call part C, we're going from -2 to 3. I already have those values, so I'm doing f of -2 minus f of 3 over -2 minus 3. F of -2 is 4. F of 3, excuse me, is 5. -2 minus 3 is -5. So I end up with -1 over -5, or 1/5. Okay, so what do the average rate of changes, excuse me, the average rates of change over these intervals indicate about the function? When we get different average rate of changes, excuse me, then we know that the function is non-linear. And we'll talk about that more in class together. But for now, it's important that you understand how to use the formula and that you can calculate the average rate of change. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.